Moving on, New Orleans city leaders say the crane demolition at the site of the Hard Rock Hotel collapse was a success, but work in the area is far from over. WGNO's Peyton Lo-Cicero is live there with the very latest. Peyton.
Hey, Seth, yesterday was definitely a sight to see. Now, we've been waiting since Friday to see what was going to happen when the explosives were detonated, and it definitely rocked the city. Now, to us on the ground, we weren't sure what was going to happen and what it was going to look like when the smoke dissipated. And when it did, it wasn't clear if it was a good thing or a bad thing that one of the cranes was still hooked onto the building. Now, according to city officials, they say that it actually looks a lot worse than it really is. Now, earlier this morning when we were setting up for our morning show, Patrick Thomas, my photographer, was setting up and we heard a loud noise, and luckily he was rolling, and this is what we saw. In this video we are showing you can see the debris falling from the building. And this is exactly why it's so important to respect the perimeter that law enforcement and first responders have put into place. Now, while officials are saying that it is safer now than it previously was, but the building is still settling. Now, a gentleman that we spoke with earlier, he has 30 years of contracting background. And he says that he didn't want to be anywhere near the area while the implosions were going on. We asked him why, and this is exactly what he said.
Because I was afraid it was going to catapult. The way it was, you got the 135,000 pounds of counterweight on the back end, and I figured when you drop it straight down, the front end was going to hit the building and flop over like that, and I don't want to be nowhere around.
Now that the implosions are done, Mayor Cantrell says the first priority is going to be search and extraction to get those two remains that are still inside that building back to the families of their loved ones. Now, the next step, Tim McConnell, the fire chief, said will be to figure out what they're going to do about the crane. Their thought is that they're going to use another crane to chop up the crane and safely take it down. Now, this is a developing story, so we'll keep you updated as new information is released. I'm Peyton Lo-Cicero reporting in New Orleans.